I used to love the supermarket. Clean, quiet, orderly. When I was a child, trailing behind my mother in King Cullen, I'd straighten all the boxes, bottles, and bags on the shelves, organize coupons, and pack shopping bags by category. I was a supermarket savant. In fact, when my wife and I started out together, I was the one who knew how to find the cheapest items, to multitask the deli, dairy, and the butcher, and to navigate the aisles for speed and efficiency. But somehow I grew to hate the supermarket. I can't exactly say why. I'm not a Neanderthal. I just guess that when we had kids, our domestic duties shifted. I got the toolbox, she got the coupons. So it had been a while since I went to a grocery store when in April 2019, my wife asked me to go for her. I'm an obliging husband, so I said okay. She texted me her lengthy list. I felt immediately disoriented. Why do we need all this? Why is everything organic? It's 3 times the price, you know. I texted my concerns to my wife. I could tell her tone from her texted reply, just get what's on the list. My frustrated confusion increased when I entered the supermarket. Things had changed. When did we stop providing plastic bags? When did we start paying for bags? Why do I need a degree in information and technology to operate a scale in the produce section? And when, in God's name, did Stop and Shop get a robot? I'm there dancing around R2-D2 when all I wanted was the organic, non-GMO, antibiotic, grass-fed, 30% lean chopped meat. I was confused. Every item on my wife's list eluded me. I lost track of what I'd already gotten and what was left on the list. I felt stupid. I felt lost. I felt overwhelmed. I couldn't concentrate. This wasn't always this difficult, was it? I felt like Steve Martin in that movie, Father of the Bride, just about to snap. While staring at 2 identical gallon milk containers, somehow astronomically different in price, I swear the whole shelf shook. It shifted. I felt unbalanced, like my knees buckled. It was a panic attack for sure. I'd had them before, but this was more physical than ever. Frightened, I left the cart in the dairy section and hurried to my car. Trembling, I sat down in the driver's seat and tried to breathe. I texted my wife. I was in the store, don't know what happened, had a panic attack. She replied with a caps-locked, "What?" followed by the interrobang. At Stop and Shop, I texted back. Felt like I lost balance, almost fell over. I couldn't finish the shopping. I tried calming down while I watched the iMessage dots bubbling on my screen. My phone pinged my wife's response. You didn't have a panic attack, jackass. We just had an earthquake. I read her response dubiously, then quickly consulted Google. Yep, she was right. An earthquake on Long Island. Go figure. Somewhat embarrassed with myself, I FaceTimed my wife, who, deserving an opportunity to see me as she mocked me, said, we had an earthquake, and you thought you had a panic attack. Why? Because shopping is too stressful for you? I don't know. I felt like I was going to fall over. How was I supposed to know it was an earthquake? She breathed. Well, I'm glad it wasn't a panic attack, she said. And I'm glad you weren't injured in the earthquake. But can you go back inside and finish the shopping? I said yes. re-entered the store where some kid was cleaning up a jar of Prego that probably fell in the trimmer, and found my cart just as I'd left it in the dairy aisle. I grabbed the more expensive milk and paid for the contents at the self-checkout before I went home to keep the groceries and then to take a nap because, you know, the supermarket makes me crazy.